Now, let's dive in. What is the primary hazard of liquid surge in a tanker? It can cause the vehicle to roll over. Sudden mass shifts generate tipping moments that can flip the truck during turns or abrupt stops. Moving right along, a tank endorsement is required when transporting liquids in a tank with a capacity of over 1,000 gallons. At this volume, liquid dynamics become critical enough to mandate specialized training. Here's another point. Baffles in a tank are used to control the forward and backward surge of liquid. Internal partitions break up waves and stabilize the load. Next up, smooth bore tanks are tanks without baffles. They allow unrestricted liquid movement, greatly increasing surge risk. On to the next. Before loading a tanker, you should inspect the tank for leaks and defects. Early detection of cracks or corrosion prevents spills and equipment failures. Let's continue. When driving a tanker, you should take curves and corners slowly. Reduced speed minimizes lateral forces and liquid shift. Keep going. Outage refers to the space left in a tank to allow for liquid expansion. Proper clearance prevents overpressure or spills as temperature varies. And now, the high center of gravity in tankers increases the risk of rollovers. Elevated liquid masses amplify tipping forces in maneuvers. Continuing on, when transporting hazardous materials in a tanker, you must have both tank and hazmat endorsements. One covers vehicle operation, the other governs dangerous cargo. Next question. Liquid surge can affect vehicle handling and braking. Shifting weight alters traction and steering response. Let's move forward. To reduce the effects of liquid surge, you should brake smoothly and gradually. Gentle deceleration prevents sudden momentum shifts. On to this. When loading a tanker, you should know the weight limits and distribution. Evenly loaded compartments maintain predictable handling. Keep it rolling. A tank endorsement is required for transporting liquids or gases in bulk. Bulk shipments present unique hazards. Next one. The best way to handle a skid in a tanker is to steer in the direction of the skid. Aligns wheels with motion and allows recovery. Moving along. When unloading a tanker, you should monitor the process closely. Control flow rates to avoid sudden surge during transfer. Let's press on. The most stable tanker is one that is fully loaded. No headspace means no free surface for liquid to move. Here's the next. Surge is more pronounced in partially filled tanks. Extra volume permits larger wave action and instability. Continuing. Before entering a curve, you should reduce your speed. Entering slow means less need for braking mid-curve, minimizing surge. Onward we go. The purpose of bulkheads in a tank is to divide the tank into sections. These internal walls limit liquid movement. Next topic. When driving a tanker, stopping distance is longer due to liquid movement. Weight shifts reduce tire traction, extending stopping distances. Moving right along, the best way to prevent rollover is to drive slowly around turns. Lower speeds keep surge forces within safe limits. Continuing on. When inspecting a tanker, you should check for leaks and corrosion. Even small breaches can lead to spills and environmental harm. Let's move ahead. Emergency shutoff valves are used to stop the flow of liquid in emergencies. They isolate compartments instantly to limit spills. Next up, the term sloshing refers to movement of liquid inside the tank. This wave action undermines vehicle stability. Keep it going. When parking a tanker, you should set the parking brake and chock wheels. Prevents any motion that could trigger liquid shifts. Continuing, the most dangerous time during a trip is when starting or stopping. Those actions produce the largest surge waves. Next, to prevent surge, you should avoid sudden starts and stops. Smooth throttle and brake use keep the liquid calm. Onward, when backing a tanker, you should use a spotter if possible. A second pair of eyes helps maintain control. Let's continue. The best way to handle a curve is to slow down before entering. Maintaining steady speed through the turn limits surge. Next question. When descending a hill, you should use a lower gear. Engine braking supplements service brakes and reduces surge risks. Here's another. The purpose of a vapor recovery system is to prevent release of harmful vapors, captures fumes during loading and unloading. On to the next. When loading a tank, you should allow for expansion of the liquid. Proper outage prevents overpressure as temperature or chemistry changes volume. Keep going. The term outage is especially important when transporting liquids that expand with temperature. Fuels and chemicals can vary significantly in volume with heat. Moving ahead, when transporting flammable liquids, you should avoid open flames. Sparks near vapors can trigger fires or explosions. Next, the best way to handle a fire in a tanker is to evacuate and call emergency services. Tanker fires escalate rapidly and need professional response. Continuing, when inspecting the tank, you should look for cracks and leaks. Early detection ensures safe operation and environmental compliance. Next point, the term bulkhead refers to a partition inside the tank. It limits surge distance and improves stability. Onward, when loading a tanker, you should distribute weight evenly. Balanced loads prevent side-to-side surges. Moving along, the term surge refers to movement of liquid causing instability. Sudden shifts can overwhelm vehicle control. Keep it rolling. To control surge, you should brake and accelerate smoothly. Gradual inputs keep liquid inertia manageable. Next up, when transporting hazardous materials, you must follow all regulations and placarding requirements. Proper signage and handling protect safety and legality. Continuing, the best way to handle emergencies is to be prepared and know procedures. Training reduces response time under stress. Here's another. When driving a tanker, you should be aware of the effects of liquid movement. Constant anticipation prevents surprise. Next question. The term baffle refers to a device that reduces liquid movement, installed inside tanks to dampen waves. Continuing, when unloading a tanker, you should follow proper procedures and monitor the process. Controlled transfers avoid sudden surges. Moving on, the most stable condition for a tanker is fully loaded. Eliminates free surface effect by filling the tank completely. Next up, when inspecting a tanker, you should check all valves and connections. Ensures no leaks develop during transit. Let's continue. The purpose of a pre-trip inspection is to ensure the vehicle is safe to operate, identifies defects before they cause failures. Next, when driving a tanker, you should be cautious on curves and turns. Always factor in liquid dynamics for safety. Finally, the term rollover refers to the vehicle tipping over. It's the worst-case outcome of uncontrolled liquid surge. And one last note, to prevent rollovers, you should take turns slowly and carefully, keep surge forces well within the vehicle's stability margin.